Welcome to Yoga to Transform. I'm Christina and we're about to spend 15 minutes building the strength in our body so that we can hold handstand. I've just done a masterclass on handstand and I absolutely love teaching handstand because the thing about handstand is so many of us are afraid of it because there's this fear of falling and holding ourselves, but when you master the ability to just kind of kick up with freedom and fun and playfulness, which is what you did when you were a child, just the transformation that I see on people's faces when they come back down from the handstand, and there's this look of exuberance and a stunning glow, and they look like they could take anything on in their lives. So this is why I love handstand. Thank you for joining me. We've got 15 minutes to play. Alrighty, so let's start in downward facing dog. Actually, no, we'll start in table and then we'll make our way up into downward facing dog. Now, the reason that we're starting in table is that handstand is, the focal point is in the heart, and we need to start kind of preparing the strength in our arms and our body, wherever we are, to be able to hold ourselves and draw into the heart. So it starts with the ability to just line yourself up really well. So lining yourself up really well means that you place your hands mindfully. And so take a moment to look down at your hands and make sure that the middle of your wrist is in line with the outside edge of your shoulder, right? The outside edge of your shoulder. So that the hands are a little bit wider. And then I want you to spread your fingers nice and wide, okay? And grip the mat. So look at how spread my fingers are. They're very, very spread. And make sure that your hands are placed in such a way that your wrist creases are parallel to the front edge of your mat, and that your pointer finger is pointing to the top edge of your mat, so that the hands are placed nice and in a supportive manner. Now, we build every pose from the foundation up, including handstand. So we take the time to learn the foundation. It's principle number 1, set the foundation in Anusara Yoga. We take the time to learn the foundation, and then from there we can open to grace, open to that possibility that a handstand resides within us, right? So your effort and grace kind of align to create magic in your life. So place your hands wisely, middle of the wrist in line with the outside edges of your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide, wrist creases parallel with the front edge of the mat, and pointer finger pointing towards the front edge of your mat as well. Now you start to create the strength in your body by gripping the pads of the fingers, gripping the mat with the pads of the fingers, so that your fingernails go white. If you haven't got nail polish on, you should see your fingernails go white. And I want you to really push your pointer finger mound down into the mat. The pointer finger mound is this mound here. And now squeeze the thumbs in towards the pointer finger. You should start noticing that just that action of gripping the mat with your hands is creating a lot of strength. Now add to that strength by hugging muscles to bones, really actively engaging your muscles in this activity, and hug your forearms towards the midline, or move your hands energetically towards each other. They don't move, but they get energetically towards each other. Now there's this bright breath in. We're inviting grace. We're inviting the possibility of something new and amazing happening in our lives by taking this bright breath in, and you'll notice that the head of my arm bones are moving forward towards my face. Now shoulder blades come together on the back. All right, that's a huge piece of the work, is getting the shoulder blades together on the back, because this is fear, right? We don't want fear. We want support and courage. Right, now tuck your toes under, keep the arms as they are, and come up into downward facing dog. So starting off, if you've never done a handstand before, you just can hold downward facing dog for a minute. Applying those principles, hug the forearms towards each other, grip the mat with the hands, draw up from the pads of your fingers into the heart, and lift the head of your arm bones towards the front of your body. See how you get longer through the side of your body? Now the shoulder blades support your back and come together on the heart. You can turn your biceps towards your ears, right? A lot of activity happening here, but you're creating amazing strength. Now what I forgot to tell you is you need a blanket today. So you can hold this for a minute. And then inhale, you can add in three-legged dog. Now make sure your back leg is nice and straight and turn the inner thigh in so the hips stay even. Spread the toes and draw from the heel up into your belly. Fabulous. And just see if you can extend out through the heel and reach up from the heart out through the heel here. Fabulous. Second side. Inhale, taking the right leg up. Make sure the leg is straight and strong, the toes are engaged, hug the shin into the midline, draw from the heel of the foot into your belly, and now inhale from your belly, exhale, extend out through the legs, see if you can take it a little bit higher. So the belly and the inner thigh are working this movement. Coming down, perfect. All right, let's give the hands a bit of a rest. Beautiful. Now we're going to use the blanket. So please fold your mat up, grab yourself a blanket if you haven't got one. The good news is this is a recording. You can pause and place the blanket at the edge of your mat. Just like we did before, place your hands on the mat for downward facing dog, for table. So we apply those same principles, all right, of gripping the mat with the pads of your fingers, hug the forearms in, anchor the pointer finger mound, draw up into the heart, get long through the side of your body so your shoulders are over your hands, get your shoulder blades on your back by bringing them together on your back. Lift pubic bone to navel, and we're actually now going to exhale, hold this, scooch back into plank pose. Inhale, scooch forward, into Uttanasana. All right, let's do that. See if we can do that 10 times, hey? So that's 2. You should be feeling your core here. As the legs come up, push down from the heart into the hands and keep hugging the forearms towards each other as you draw up from the heels of your feet into your belly. All right? Woo! I know. This is the action from the heart. Hug in to the midline and extend out down the bones of the arms. I'm not actually counting, so hopefully we've probably done about 7. Let's do 2 more. Woo! And last one. Drawing up all the way from the heels into the belly. And whoo, release that. Take your hands into your elbows, fold forward, Uttanasana. Fabulous. Release the hands and just do a little gentle shoulder stretch here. Nice. Drawing up, rise all the way up, coming into Tadasana. Now the action of Tadasana, the action of the legs in handstand is to be pulling up into the belly, so creating that safety and support. So we'll start with Tadasana, where we place the feet hips distance apart, spread the toes, lift the toes up, feel the muscles engage, keep that as you place the toes down. Now from the heels of your feet, draw all the way up into your belly, hugging the muscles of the legs to the bones, and draw the shins in towards each other. Notice how that's creating this strength in your legs. Now take the thighs back so that your belly, your booty sticks out, and lift pubic bone to navel. Perfect. Now I'm feeling incredibly strong and engaged here. Awesome. So the action is just pulling up, right? hugging in. So standing on the other leg, pull up from the heel. Your belly should be like, woo, yeah, I can feel that. Woo, yeah, I can feel that. All right, you can do some more. Maybe play and pack and save when you're doing that. And now we're going to just turn around to the long edge of your mat. Come into that strength and support in your legs. You can bring your shoulder blades together on your back and step your left foot behind you, okay? Make sure the toes are just light on the mat and straighten that back leg. Turn the inner thigh in so the hips are pointing forward. Hug the muscles to the bones. You can draw your shoulder blades together on your back, even like pull them back, plug into the earth, and then draw up from the heel of your foot into your belly. And then exhale, just begin to fold forward, coming into Virabhadrasana 3. Some of you can stay here with the arms. Others of you may want to extend out like this. Perfect. Alrighty. So if this is too strong for you, you can do Shalambhasana on the floor. You're building strength. Inhale, coming up. In Shalambhasana, to get into a handstand one day. Who knew, right? Standing on your left leg, step your right toes behind you, sitting on the toes, lightly on the toes. Start with hugging the muscles to the bones, right? Draw up from the heel, draw the shins into the midline, draw up from the heel all the way up into your belly. Lift the pubic bone to navel. Feel that strength and support. Engage the shoulders on the back. Now begin to lift the toes as you hinge forward, coming into Warrior 3. Keep turning the inner thigh in on your top foot. Spread the toes, hug that shin into the midline. Inhale, rising up. Perfect. Come down. Wonderful. You should be feeling a lot of fire and strength in your system right now. Perfect. Now come back to the edge of your mat and bend the knees, sink the hips, come into Malasana. Woo! All right, so I want you to hug the shins into the forearms, draw the shoulder blades together on your back, and hug the hands together. So we're going to be a little bit playful. We're not coming into crow pose, but crow has the same principles of hugging the feet into the midline, really drawing the shins into the midline. What we're going to do is be a bit playful. So clap your hands, place your hands mindfully on the floor, come forward, shoulders over the arms, and woo, just tick your toes together. Come up, right? Come forward, just play with, woo, finding flight, right? Move your way up the mat, right? So the main thing to practice is keeping the arms so the elbows don't bend out, because what you want to do is create the strength. Place the hands, arms stay together, see they keep hugging in, and you're like, woo! The arms are unwavering in their courage. You're drawing into the heart, pushing down from the heart, push down from the heart, draw up into the belly from the heels, lift up. Woo! Wasn't that fun? Alrighty. So you can repeat that as often as you like. Just woo! Playing with getting flight, playing with building some confidence. If you think you need a bolster or a mattress in front of you, put one there. Great. Inhale, come up. Alrighty. And I think the last thing is half handstand at the wall. So coming down, feet at the wall, hands out in front, you come into downward facing dog. Now take this opportunity to check out how my hands are placed. You can't quite see them, sorry. What I might do is just bring the video down so you can see them. Smidge. There we go. I think that made a difference, probably didn't. That mindful placement of your hands, okay? Grip the floor, hug the forearms towards each other. Inhale, shoulders come towards the ears, shoulders come towards together on the back, the biceps turn in. All right, now if you've been practicing downward facing dog, You then inhale, take one foot up behind you as if you're coming into a three-legged dog. Push into the wall and inhale, lift the other foot up. The action is to keep the shoulder blades together on the back. Draw in to the heart, expand out. If you want to take this a bit further, three-legged dog at the wall. Basically, this is what we're doing. Inhale, come down. Swap sides. You're pushing out from the pelvis, into the floor, out from the heart, into the floor. Perfect. Come down. Taking that malasana, celebrating wherever you got to, all right? This is the biggest part of the practice, is learning to celebrate. And let's just finish off with some more core, because what you really learn is that it's all about drawing into your center, strengthening your core. So inhale, lift your legs up, hug them into the midline, shoulder blades together on your back. Alrighty, hugging in, legs spread, slowly extend from the pelvis out. Lovely. Inhale, come all the way up, slowly. We'll do that 2 more times. Then we'll hug our legs in, and you can go into a brief shavasana or choose to continue practicing these moves. You could probably repeat the video 3 times and have a really great workout and really build some great strength into your life and into your body, so that you can courageously go for whatever you want. Release that down. Whoa. Shavasana is up to you. It was more of a playful 15 minutes. I hope that you achieve your desires to get yourself into handstand. It's such a great pose. And the principles that you learn to get into handstand apply to all of the other arm balances. So it's a really important pose for you to embrace and learn to play with. And hey, the point of life is to courageously play and expand your horizons. So I look forward to seeing you another time on our YouTube channel. Remember, we also have an online studio where we have more tips and tricks for how to get into difficult poses, plus some really easy classes as well, if that's more what you're into or looking for, even some restorative. So look forward to seeing you online sometime, and if you're in Christchurch, check out some of our classes. Take care and namaste.